Top of the morning to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Doc from North America, and the numbers look, not too pretty. October Philly Fed Business Index dropped 9%. We're just looking at some ugly numbers here. Obviously, it's like, that's not ugly. It's ugly. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, as I said before, and let's see what we got going on here. There's the dollar index. Oh, let's get the other things going, too. Let me lower the volume down. Now it looks like, things are... The Federal Reserve's job has been to beat the economy up. That's what it wants to do. It wants to hurt the economy. It's the old socialist concept, and that's Biden's idea. He figures that will make the economy better down the road, is if you beat it up now. Sounds like a classic abuse. Jobless claims were 1.73 versus 1.71. But at this point, even like the way they're going through it in England at this point, Great Britain's looking at it and saying, I don't know if these numbers are real anymore. And that's what it really comes down to, is we've got a lot of things like that going on. We're not sure if they're real or if they're Memorex. Let's see if anybody's on the chat line this morning. Good morning, Robin. And let's see who else is there. Good morning. Oh, where is it at? I don't see. Okay, there it is. Nope, I'm getting some type of advertisement instead. Let's skip that. Nope, nobody's on the chat line. Just me. All right, that's not too bad. I'm always happy to be with myself. Be happier if I had more people around, of course. But we're always happy to just be looking at the markets, talking about the markets, understanding markets. Ooh, let's get that up on the screen too. Speaking of which, right there. And we've got the dollar index. Let's put the dollar index over here. Right there, there's the dollar index. You can see it popped up by the end of the day yesterday. A little panic, and interest rates started to move back up again. It doesn't seem to want to stop, does it? The interest rates just keep on. They're just not. Now, this morning, I'm going to go take a look at the bond here in a few seconds. But more than likely, because of the numbers that have came out, they may feel like, maybe we can get back in the water. That's usually the way it looks. All right, and there it is right there. There's the bond. And you can see here, kind of unched, just kind of unched. We've been in a sell for 3 days for that nice little slide, and we've taken out those lows. And we've been in a weekly so long now. So long in weekly sell since way back in June. We've been in a weekly sell on this particular contract since June. So the markets really are having their natural twist and turn of, I thought it was okay to get back into the interest rate market. And that's usually where it's at, and the end result is that's where the vigilantes are. And that's always kind of fun. Don't see anybody on the chat line, so it seems kind of quiet here. Top chat line, let's see what that says. No, I guess not. Live chat line, what's that about? Let's see what the live chat. Is there a live chat? That must be a live chat right there. But I just don't see anybody on the chat line. So I see people coming in, but no one saying hi. I hope you're not saying something to me and I'm missing it. I see it ticking away. So it looks like we're all live and everything is fine. So it's just, let me see if I say hi here. Sign in to chat. Okay, let's try that. See what happens. Maybe then it'll show me. I'll say hi. Hi. No, I don't want to see all this stuff. Let's see. Go like that. Go like that. Go like that. Go like that. And still don't see anything on the chat line. So, okay. At least I don't feel like I'm skipping something. And I bet if I throw something. Let me see if I can throw a hi in there, too. I am signed in the chat. Let's see. No, now it's trying to send me somewhere else. Okay. Just want to make sure it's all happening. There we go. Let's try this one more time. No, it didn't sign in there either. Let's try it one more time. I bet that does it. Yeah, okay, I say hi. It worked. All right, just double checking, just making sure. All right, so from there, what else can we say about the dollar index? Dollar index, the dollar is, as you can see, right. That's the bond, but let's put the dollar in there. You can see the dollar index is trying to move down again, and you can see that's because of interest rates, as we have the bond up there at the moment, and you can see there just a little dip down, nothing major. It's trying to get into the buy actually, which is kind of interesting as it's going down. Been in that long weekly buy since all the way back to the beginning of August. So it's been climbing and climbing and climbing, recognizing the fact that interest rates are going up and the price of the bond is going down, and that has been the recipe to it all. So now from there, I think I'll have a sip of my coffee since no one's asking any questions. Oh, there. Nope, that's just me. I got excited there for a second. I thought, ooh, good, we got a question, but it was me. Biden is speaking right now live. He's speaking at 8 o'clock. The Fed chair is speaking today. He'll be speaking in New York. Lots of people speaking. I hope they say something. Something good. All right. Let's go over to the euro and take a look at the euro and see what that's up to. There's right there. You can see the euro. Let's grab one of those greens and put it in there. I thought we put that in there a couple of days ago. There you go. Right there. This is the third day in a buy. Hasn't really gone anywhere. The weekly is trying, as you can see right there. It is trying to lift up, trying to get some legs into the strength. We got the fast breaking through the zero line. Let's move that zero line right there. It would be nice to see this thing actually try to get going on a weekly basis. We've been saying the same thing with the stock indices. You know, we're not getting any weekly signals, and that makes me. Hey, Robin, had trouble logging in, did you? Yeah, I had a little twist and turns there too. Not sure exactly what's going on, but in the end result, here we are. I am confused. We keep on seeing all these sells as I sip my coffee. And the market goes down, which is okay. You know, we're not complaining about that. But we are a little surprised that it just cannot get a base in here and can't lift up. So let's take a look at the British pound. Unless someone wants to see something else, let me know. I'll put it up there. But we're just going to go through our rhythm. Now, British pound's been in the buy for. Let's steal one of these buys in here. Let's scrunch it up and steal one. I'll steal that one. There. You can see there, you know, it went into the buy. It just doesn't hold up. I'm not sure if that means something is coming around the corner. It's starting to bother me. Don't like that. Me not likey. It's kind of like a, I don't know, just gives me bad vibes when we don't see lifting on the upside and like no ebb and flow. In other words, every chance they get, they sell. That makes me nervous. I've seen that happen before. I don't want to say anything out loud. I'm going to leave it at that. But we'll keep on watching it, and we're in sells, and that's what's going on. So there's the cable. And that's a Fibonacci line that it's resting on. We can take a look at that. That's the, when we tighten it up like that, you know, we looked at the all-time low and then the high of the last, back in July. It's resting on the 0.38 at this point. So we'll see if this finds a way of, there's the 50 percentile right there, the green line. I don't really expect to see it drop down there, but you know, things just keep on getting weirder and weirder, I can tell you that. So anything's possible. All right, from there we will jump over to, let's put it up on J4X. Let's go to the Swiss. Right there. That's been a nice little strength move into the Swiss. Dollar's been going down. That's what happens. When you see all this red, that means the dollar is losing to the Swiss. The Swiss is gaining in value. Let's put it up over here. There it is right there. You can see that. You see here it's been in a daily sell there for 4 days now, pressing down, and it's something like, what was that? That's there's 5 days, then 2 days stalled, and then 4 more days. So 9 out of the last 11 days it's been in a daily sell. You can see the fast broke down last week. Right there, we got the fast algorithm in the sell. And we can see now the slow is trying to join in. We're getting very close. Now, you would think that if the dollar goes down, you would think that would be like a bullish thing for stocks and bonds and interest rates and all that stuff. So that's a good that's coming on a good sign, but it hasn't happened yet. And that's the part that's driving me a little crazy. So we'll just keep on watching it. Like I said, it's in a buy right now. Let's see if it gets into the sell. From there, we're going to slide over to the yen. And there's the yen. Wow. It just seems to want to hold up into that 40-year area, And the weekly's been in that weekly buy for so long. Since, again, right there, too. Since the beginning of August. And that was a good sip of coffee. All right there. You see it on J4X. Days and days of buying. But, let's see, what's that? 92 on the fast? Is that 94 even? 94. And 90 on the slow on the J4X. So we're getting towards the top end of the range. We keep on thinking it wants to back off, but when we look at this weekly, it doesn't seem to want to give us any room on the downside. So remember, traders, if you want to see anything, be my guest. Oh, just a quick jump of the subject. Tesla. They ended up closing Tesla almost down to where the options were yesterday before the news came out. and then the options, I didn't even take a look at the options at the end of the day to see what that was. But, we were looking for that 41, 42, 40 area. I kept on saying that's where we're going to land. And it landed without the news. It ran right down to it. And I thought to myself, wow, that means the sellers are really out there if they're really selling it down to that before the news. And then the news came out. And this morning, I think I've seen a thing like where did I see it? I think I saw it at 30 at one point. Let's see if we can find it again. Tesla is trading at 227.38 as we speak. So, again, that I bet the options. What? We could actually take a look and see. Let me do that. I'm curious. I am curious. Let's go see what the options say they are. And so, by the close of last night, where is that at? Right there. The close was right there. Right there. All right, so it's settled. They're saying it's settled. I thought it was at yeah, there it is, 242.55. So let's see what the 42 call is. Is that the call? That is the put. That's at 7 3/4. Let's see what the call is. 8. So that's 15 and 7 3/4. That's 15 and 3/4. It's basically 16. So let's take 16 and subtract that off of 242. And that's at 4 o'clock, or New York Stock Exchange closing time. That's what they thought, the option traders thought about the price of Tesla being. So you take 16 basically, 16 off of that. So that would be 24. That'd be 26, almost 27. And as we speak, right now, you'll be able to see where she's trading. She is trading right there at 27. So they've got it down to right where they expected it to be. See that right there? Let's see if you can see that. That little blue and blue. That is where it's trading live at the moment. 227.30s are offered. 227.18. Oh, now 30s are bid for. 32s are bid for. 45s are offered at 227. Now 62s are offered and 62s bid. 80s are offered. Watch them trade. There they go at 66 at 50 bid. It's a 52 bid at 64. At 4. 53 bid. Yep, exactly. So that's where they're at. They're making trades in there, and it's exactly where the options said they were going to be last night, and that's where they are now. So that's the excitement of the old Tesla. So that was cool. All right, now we can do that on many different products. You just have to tell me you want to see one, and we'll try to find the price tag on it. So there's the yen, and we're again surprised in many ways that the yen keeps on holding up into that area, which, you know, when you're talking about 40-year highs, and we're flirting constantly with them, it really does make you wonder what's going on there. All right, now from there, in other words, why is our strength hiding out there in the dollar? That's what I'm saying. All right, now from the yen, we'll go over to the Turkish lira, which we saw yesterday, bang its way up into the 30 area. Let's get that on the screen. There it is. Right there. And you can see right there, it's trading at 29.70.92. Let's put it up over here. Wow, look at that wild dip on this one. And so it's just, doing that, adding 12.5%, making the interest rates in Turkey at 25%, definitely doesn't look like it's doing anything for the economy. Someone's making money on it, though. Someone's doing okay, so that's the way it always is. Someone's doing all right, and sometimes someone's not. Now I could say that the population of Turkey is not doing that well at all, but they do like the way things are, I guess, because they're not changing it, that's for sure. So now, from there, oh, interesting. Interesting stuff on the screen there. Not you're not seeing it. I am. Huh. Anyhow, there is the Turkish lira, and from there, what we do is we drift over to the number one brick in the world. That is the Turkish lira. Yeah, the Turkish lira. It wants to be. Let's go to the South African rand right there. Now, this lifting up like that normally puts pressure on gold. So we're going to put this up on J4X, and we're going to go explore what gold is doing this morning. Let's see. Let's see. We're finding it. We're finding it. South African rand. Where are you? Right there? Right there. There it is. So it's heading back up over the 19 right now. And when we go over and look at gold, let's put gold up on the screen. There's gold. And no, that's dollar index. And there is gold. You can see gold it's climbing still, which is curious. So obviously, the South African rand is having issues. There's something wrong going on there because when it goes up, gold's supposed to go down, and in this case here, not happening. Not even remotely happening. So that makes me again really get the there's something brewing. I don't know what it is, but something's definitely brewing in the marketplace. All I know is I'm going to follow our math and stay on it because the math is picking it up, and I'm just concerned. Now that's the gold. And let me take a look. Let me save that too. Now let's go take a look at silver. See what the silver is doing. And there's silver. Now silver is not jumping up as much. We're not seeing that much strength in. Oh, here we go, George. Yo, George. Doc, you're probably answered this several times, but how do you find overvalued options to sell for a premium? For example, December West Texas oil. Well, what we do is we look at each product has its own natural volatility. Most of them are pretty much equal. Now you're stepping into an arena. Oil in particular is always unique. I always tell people this. Oil is very unique because it can do 3 or 4% in a day and not mean anything because it's a product that's in demand, and it can't be. I guess you can say there is you could point at bananas or bread or many things and go, okay, it's too expensive, I'm not buying it. But oil, you need oil for pretty much everything. That's what's so strange about this administration, is they don't recognize that. So what happens is that oil has its own natural volatility. Matter of fact, let's see if we can get it up on the screen. Let's see if we'll put it up on the screen here. I'm going to go search for it because we have a couple volatility indexes. We have an oil volatility index, and we have a NQ volatility index, and then we have a what's the other one? We have a S&P volatility index, and then we have like a stock index. And then individual stocks have their own volatility itself. And so, that's the basis of it. So let's find it. I'm going to find it. It's the oil volatility. Let me do this. Oh, I'm punching it in now, and I'm going to find it. We're going to put it up on the screen. Oil volatility index. And it's market. So okay, so it's trading at 44 at this point, whereas we see the VIX trading at something else. So let me put that. OVX is it. That's the crude oil volatility index. Okay, let's put that in. All right, OVX, and then we're going to put it up on our screen. This way you can look at it better. Let's see. Just double check. OVX, and we're going to answer your question. Okay, so that worked. Now let's put it in here. All right, add. OVX, and then I'll give you a good example of what we're talking about here. All right, now that's there. Let's go and put it up here like so, and I'm going to put it into the other one at the same time. Home. There it is right there. And let's move that. Let's see what's going on here. Now why did that not? Was it adding up? It should have gone in. Let's see. Let's try to make sure I didn't do this wrong. I missed it. I see what I did wrong. I got to fix this. Okay, and it's a square. How about that? I'll find it in a second and put it on there. Let's see where. There it is. There we go. Let's see how that goes. And let's see. There we go. Now let's see if it does. There we go. Okay, now let's put it up on the screen for you. Right there. All right, now that's the volatility index for oil. You can see back in the beginning of September, it was trading at 17. I'm sorry, not 17. On the 17th, it was trading, a month ago, it was trading at 25, and now it's almost doubled. It's at 45. You see we've been in a buy on the product for a while. And then you can see the weekly's been that same way now for the fast that jumped in on that same week right there. All right, now let me get back to the chat line. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then, let's see. Get rid of that. And let's get back to the chat line. Okay, so now what we see there is the volatility itself. If you're going to trade the options, you have to have a general idea. If you're trying to sell premium, you want to have a better idea about the volatility, because then you can look at which ones to sell and which ones are overvalued. So in this case here, now let's put it up on the other system. Let's see where we go, like that. And I go, where do I go? Go down to here. And not where the SPY is, but let's put it on, let's see, where can I put it? All right, let's do this. We're just going to add it like that. Activate and add, copy. And we're going to take a look at this even more in depthly, just the volatility. Then we'll go to the options and figure out how to answer your question to that. All right, so now I go format instrument, and let's see. Where are we at this point? Okay, so we go like this. Let's move this over. And we go instrument and OVX. OVX, one more time. Let's see if it's there. Look up. And the answer to it is, it's downloading it now. No symbol. Okay, so maybe it's considered an index. Okay, there it is. I would think there's an ETF to this thing too. Let me just double check to see if there's an ETF also, because I'd like to see the options in it, and this way we could really show you how we would try to figure out overbought and oversold. Let's see. I do it through spreads. I sell the premium. Let's see, where am I at? Right there. There we go. OVX ETF. Okay, nope, nothing there. All right, we got that. That'll be fine enough. Add. Okay, we're going to stick that in now. Close. There we are. We'll try to get the options up on that too. Okay, now you can see here the OVX can shuffle back and forth like you can see back in June. We're at the 45 area basically. We're 43, something like that, 42, 43, and then it falls back down again. You can see. Oh no, we're looking at the wrong screen. Here we go. You can see right there. It was nothing for it to be up in the 40s, and then come right back down into the 20s. That's the big difference about oil volatility, is that it has great potential to make big moves, because there's one where in March of last year, or this year, I'm sorry, March of this year, the volatility was up to 55. Okay? Now, when you're dealing with a product that has that independence, and that's what that really is, it's independence. It is an entity of its own. You have to treat it that way. And so now when we go to try to look at the options. Let's see if what we put in there for the options. We'll get a flavor of what's going on. Let's see, where's that? Right there. OVX. Let's see what. There it is. Okay, they won't give. Will they give us the options at least? No, because they want. Let's see. Required to view OVX. Okay, so let's try that. OVX. Still doesn't do it. Huh. Let's try this. USO. That is the ETF for oil. The fund. All right. Now let's move the options so you can see those. All right. Now we're looking at this product. You can see where's it at? It's trading at 79. And so let's look at the options on that. Let's look at the 79 call. Let's look at the 80 call and the 80 put. Now this is just over the next, the next 2 days. So they're looking for $1 in the 80 call. And when it comes to the put, they're looking for 60 cents. No, $1.06. So it's $2. So they're thinking that between today and tomorrow, this product can go to 82 or 78. Okay, that's to start off with. That's just in the next 2 days. Now, when we go and look at, we go further out, like there's 8 days. And that's not much of a difference. The 80 call is at 106. And the put, that is the put. And then the call is at, right there is $1. So there's not much. That is amazing that they're even quoting them the same price. That makes almost no sense to me. Let's go look further out. That doesn't make any sense either. So those quotes are not right. There's no way in the world that those things are sitting there for free. You could buy one, sell the other, and have the first one for free. So that this is not giving us the right quotes on this product. That's odd, isn't it? Let's see if it does that to like a stock, like Apple. Let's see. All right, so we go look at Apple on a 1 day or is there a 2 day basis? Okay, let's just look at 1 day, and the stock's trading at 175, almost 176. So the 175 call is at 201. All right, now let's look at the call 8 days out. Still 201. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so the back months are, I don't know what we're seeing. We're gonna have to look at this option page. I could have sworn we saw better quotes on it before. I'm not sure why we're not seeing good quotes on this, but it's the same. I mean, look at this when I go back out. It's 15 days. Maybe I have to put it in again. Let's see what Apple says there. It still says 201. So that's the October 20th. 1 day remains. Let's do this. We're not getting the days. Let's see. We're not seeing the quotes. It's not changing it here. Why is it not changing it? Ah, that's what it is. There they are. So we have to slide down. That's how this thing works. Okay, so let's go back to the oil now. All right, so USO, and we'll go look at it on the next week, and there it is right there. So the 80 call is at $1.92. That makes much more sense. All right, so and then obviously the put's probably like in the 185 area, something like that. Let's just take a look and see. $1.88. Okay, so that makes more sense. Now it's almost $4. So now it says by the end of next week it has the potential to be at 76 or 84. Okay, so now that's established. Okay, so at least we're seeing the right quotes. All right, now your question is, Doc, probably valued options. Let's see. So, but how do you find overvalued options to sell for premium? Well, in this case here, let's see, does it have the volatility? Normally, we can put the volatility on here too at the same time. Let's see if we do this. Add a valued column. Let's see. Let's see if it gives us volatility. Let's see. Looking for the volatility. Vega. Option Vega, that would be interesting. Option Delta. Option implied volatility. Right there. All right. So in this case right here, we went out to next week, and we're looking at the 80 put, and the 80 put has a volatility of 38. Now, when we go and look at the, let's see, where is it at? We go like this. We'll minimize this, and we go over to here. We see that the volatility, let's just move this over. Right now, the volatility is at 44 on the index itself. All right, now that option is saying that the volatility is 38 on that specific option. Okay, so that means that it's undervalued to the overall price. Now, the bigger question is, you're asking, how do you, let's see, find overvalued options to sell for premium? To sell premium. Okay, so what you do is, you know that if you sell the call spread above, okay, you take a look at the range. All right, so we see here a week out, the range is basically $4. So we would look to sell the 76 or 75, more like the 75 put, and sell the 80. Let's add more strikes. Where is it at? Right there. Strikes. Right there. And sell the, let's see, right there. Sell the 85 call. Okay, so the 85 call, in this case here, let's look at the 75 put. 75 put is right there. It's priced at 45 cents. Okay. The 85 call, let's put that in, is priced at right there, 57 cents. So basically it's at $1. If you sold both of those, you get $1. Now you got to go hedge it. All right. So in this case here, you might go and buy, say, there is the 86.5. You're taking $1 in, and if you buy the 86.5, say, for 40 cents, and then you buy, say, the 73.5 put for $6, or in this case here, you could get it even. You might as well just buy the. Let's see, where's it? Oh, that's the first. There it is, right there. So there is the 74 put. Is it we're sold the 75. So you look to buy the 74, which is 25 cents, so 65 cents, and you're selling it for $1, and so you're risking basically 35 cents. To make 35 cents, you're basically risking $1 and change. All right. So in other words, the difference between strike prices, and so that's how you would try to sell the premium to that. Now, what we do with our algorithm is we take it a different way. What we do is when we're in a weekly buy and a daily buy, we go sell premium in put spreads only, and vice versa. Okay? And so in other words, if we were in a weekly sell and a daily sell, we would go sell that call spread up above and not sell the put spread. Because we're in a sell and we don't know if, the math is trying to tell us that 8.5 out of 10 times it's going to go down. So you'd want to sell the call premium by using our algorithm combined with the options itself. And then all those other things I showed you about the volatility and the volatility of the individual option helps you get a flavor of what prices are. Okay? And we know we've seen it get as high as 55 over the last 9-10 months, and we've seen it get down to 25 when it comes to the volatility. So we know that we're in the 40s. We're on the top end of the range, say. Now, obviously, when we go over to the oil contract itself, let's see, let's find the oil contract. Right there. We're in a weekly sell. You see that right there. So if we get into a daily sell, we want to sell the call spread again. Because we're in a weekly sell. Daily sell, weekly sell the call premium. And you do it through a binary. In other words, buy a call above and sell a call below. Take it a credit. Does that make any sense to you? And what we do is we look at all the ancillary, but always know that this particular product, more than any other, has a real independent characteristic. Not many products have it. You don't have to buy Apple, You don't have to buy corn as much as maybe a manufacturer does, but as a trader, it's let's see, as you say, yes, thank you. Okay, cool. Oil is a really high demand product. And I guess that's maybe why Biden and the left hate it so much. They hate the idea because it has no effect on the earth, as far as I can tell. I know they claim it does. I don't see it. I just have a hard time believing that oil on Earth has an effect on the whole solar system. Now, it'd be different if only Earth was going through changes compared to the rest of the solar system. But since all the planets in our solar system are having, very active and aggressive events that happen to them, way more dramatic than on Earth, then I really have my doubts that SUVs and oil drilling have that much of an effect on the solar system or the Earth itself. So, can you pollute a local neighborhood? Yeah, most definitely. Can you, strip mine property and make it, look horrible and, make it very unfriendly? Yes, of course. Will that have an effect on Jupiter, Saturn, or will that have an effect if you do it in Siberia? Will it have an effect in South America? No, it won't have an effect on it. Will it have an effect in Siberia? Sure, where you're doing it. So, and until we see, SUVs and oil and all the things that are going on have an effect on the solar system, it's very hard to respect that point of view. All right, so that's the long answer to your question, and that is how do you sell option premium? You take a look at the overall option premium, be it whatever product you're looking to do. You look at the individual option premium to the options themselves, see if they're over or underpriced. Then from there, you go and look at the way option traders are pricing it by looking at the straddle. And then you go and look at our algorithm, and when we see that we're in a weekly sell, and we get into a daily sell, you sell the call spread. and vice versa. If it's in a weekly buy and it gets into a daily buy, then you go sell the put spreads. Today is the 36th anniversary of the crash of '87. Is it really? Fun times. Was there 3 of us that could trade out of the whole pit? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where else are we at this point? So from what currency were we fooling around with? I think we were looking at the South African rand, and we were a little confused why it's moving up and gold is still moving up. Now silver is not. Let's go back to that again. There we are. And then let's take a look at copper. There's copper. And you can see copper tried to get into a buy yesterday and failed at it. At the end of the day, it sold it down. And so copper is still kind of hovering around and going sideways. And we're in a weekly sell and a daily sell. So obviously, if you're trying to sell option premium in copper, you would be selling the call spreads. And then we go over to, now here's somebody that surprised me as it surprised me yesterday. Platinum. Still in the weekly sell and now flirting with the daily sell. Not as much as it was this morning, but still pressure is on it. Interesting. All right. Now, from there, we move over to the energy sector, just like what we were just looking at. So let's go check out. Now we're doing December contracts today. We've moved out of the November contract. And you can see here they are flirting with the sell again, like they did yesterday. And it couldn't get into the sell because we had a green and a red. We're in the weekly sell. So it's right on the edge there. Let's take a look at Brent. Let's get rid of the options up in here. There it is. And there it is right there. You can see right there. This is Brent. You can see it's trying to be firm. I think I got it as high yesterday as 92. Let's put it up on this right here so we can see where the weekly is at least. Let's see, BZF right there, and there it goes. And there is Brent. Let's put it up on this screen right here. You see it's sliding into the sell today. It's having its issues. What else we can say about that? And I don't know, that looks right now for a change. Today's the 19th, right? Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, I see what's screwing it up. All right, we'll have to double check that. I think it went into the sell yesterday. What else? You can see the weekly's been in the sell for a couple weeks. It tried to lift. There's the fast algorithm. You know, it's trying to pop up, but we're not seeing that much. And Robin, thank you for that anniversary thing. Boy, that's kind of neat to know, you know. All right. From there, we'll go over and take a look at natural gas. Let's put natural gas up on J4X right there. Let's see. Right right there. There's natural gas there. And you can see it's pressing down on both our beta. Let's see, where's that? Let's bring that mouse down to here. The beta, there's the beta, and it's been in a sell for a bunch of days. And you can see the same thing right here on our regular platform, and a sell for a bunch of days. And you can see right here on J4X, and a sell for a bunch of days. Now you can see the fast is trying to lift up a little bit today. You know, we're seeing a little firmness at the moment because the slow is at 10.4, and the fast is at 11.4. So we're seeing a little firmness. Indeed. Oh, I got the saw the money too. Thank you. Let's see what else we got going on here. And then from there, let's drift over to, where do we drift over to? I wanted to save the crude oil. So there's the crude oil, and the crude oil is still trying to get into a sell on a daily, but it's having its issues, probably from the global conflict that's going on at the moment. Too much green and red and back and forth, and it's in the weekly sell, but it won't get back into that daily sell. All right, now from there, what else we got here? Let's go and look at the oil company in Spain. So we'll switch screens again. So right there and right there. There's the oil company in Spain that reflects natural gas. And you can see it's kind of trying to lift up a little bit today. And let's put it up over here. Right there. You know, yesterday it was at 26.14. Now it's at 26.32 offered. It's trying to lift up. You can see there, it's that pressure on it. But we've been in a daily sell now for like 4 or 5 days, and this is trying to get in there now. And you know, and when it comes to the weekly, the product is in a sell for a couple of weeks. At the same time, 3 out of the last 4 weeks it's in sells. So we're seeing pressure on the natural gas universe. Let's give you a flavor before we go of the S&P 500. They ran it up into the 50s, and now they've calmed down a little bit here. And you can see here. We've gone into intraday buys back in this one right there. Is that right? I don't think so. I think that's the intraday buy right there. It jumped up, went down, jumped up again. Right here, it went into the intraday buy right there. On the close of that bar, is it? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. From there, ooh, hasn't gone anywhere from that one. So it's still pressing around. The daily is in a sell at the moment, short-term sell. Let's make that whole page real quick. So it went into the daily buy right here, and it kind of meandered its way up. Did it from the 47s, and went into a sell right here. Then back into a buy again, and then right back into a sell again right there. So it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. So it went into the sell off of this one right there, and it's still in the sell. All right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc. We will catch you tomorrow, same time, same channel. Let me just show you where the S&P 500 is on the big chart. It's in a sell still. All right, so happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be tomorrow. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders.